up, Dad?
No, I have no.
No? So the funniest thing, guys, is that, is this on?
Yep.
So the funniest thing is that whenever my dad meets me to do a video, I never tell him ahead of time what we're talking about. And so I just set the camera up and he's like, you wanna let me know what we're doing? I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be this. And he goes,
Got nothing.
Okay, so here's the deal. The other day I did a video on the #1 thing that people are scared of, and that being public speaking. Well, the worst part about public speaking is that time before you get up, and it doesn't just have to be public speaking. Maybe you're performing in front of a large group, and you get the, I mean, it's amazing, the physiological things that happen to you. Your hands start trembling, your heart starts pounding, your mouth gets crazy dry. And for the record, if you're into watching Shark Tank, the thing that I remember most vividly about being on that show and when I was out there was how dry my mouth got. I kept licking my lips, and if you watch the show, look at the entrepreneurs and look for lip licking. It happens to everybody. But physiologically, exactly, it happens. And you know, you get all nervous. And I wanted to know, do you have, what makes you really nervous?
Doing videos with you, I think.
Other than that, I make it much easier though, right?
You do. You know what? I think one thing. This is a little bit of a turn, but I think once I reached a certain age, most of that kind of left me. When I got to the age where I didn't care anymore.
He's like the honey badger. You just don't care. But go on. What were you saying?
I think, you know, when I analyzed what made me nervous before, it was, you know, embarrassing myself or, you know, looking foolish, something like that, being afraid of what people thought. And as you know, I don't have a problem with looking foolish anymore.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
I think that in part, you know, when you're younger and when you're very self-aware, you're aware of what people are thinking and you're concerned about that. And the ability to sort of remove yourself and to not concern yourself or worry about what other people think of you, I think that we all care what people think of us to some degree,
sure,
but not to the degree at which you do when you're younger. And some of that just comes with age and comes with maturity, but also comes with developing that confidence that every one of us is striving to get. And there are different degrees of that. And you know, a lot of times in situations where I get nervous, I'm a very confident individual, but when I get nervous, it's because I'm in a situation that I'm not comfortable with or I'm not the master of yet. And a lot of times with speaking and doing presentations, that's why people get so nervous, because it's outside of their comfort zone. Do you have any tips or tricks? So you really don't get nervous anymore. You got to put yourself in positions where you get nervous.
I don't know. I don't think I get nervous with that sort of thing anymore.
Stand-up comedy.
I did that once, and that was horrible.
Okay, my dad.
That was a nightmare. Yeah. So what I would advise not.
My dad thinks he's funny. Well, he thinks he's funny enough to get up and do a stand-up routine. So what happened?
This was a few years ago. But that I was very nervous, and what I would suggest not doing is drinking a six-pack before going on stage. I actually have a video of that, and it's embarrassing. I can't even watch it. I have shown people, I can't watch it myself. Yeah, that was pretty horrible. And that was, you know, I mean, that was
so
something.
Don't drink to combat nervousness. And it happens all the time. People do it. They're like, they're getting ready for something, or they're doing a speech, a best man or something, and they think, I'll just have one to take the edge off. Well, when you're nervous, you start drinking faster, and before you know it, it's horrible.
So if you want a suggestion, what I would say is practice. Getting up, doing a speech, getting in front of a video camera, doing stand-up comedy is not as easy as people make it look. If they make it look easy, it's because they're good at it and they've practiced. So if you have to give a speech at your brother's wedding, practice the speech before the wedding.
Practice, 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 and visualize. Gentlemen, Dad, that was insightful and amazing.
Yeah. See ya.
Later, guys.